Here's how we're going to go from zero to $1 million a year in 2026 in the lawn and snow service business. And I realized after I was skating around this pond hockey rink and playing a little hockey that I've not been pushing as hard as I should be and actually going for the goals I want to. And so this year, my plan is to actually take enough action that would match up to accomplishing $1 million a year in revenue. And this means that we're going to have basically 6 techs, me as a salesman, I'm going to have another admin person, and that's all going to happen this year. And it sounds like a lot, but I also realized I've been thinking just way too small because this business is so simple. It's just the same thing over and over again. We get, another lawn that just gets cut pretty much the same way, and we have another driveway that gets plowed pretty much the same way, and we just add it to a route. And I've been just playing way too small. And so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what we're going to be doing for the plan going forward and what I've actually already been going through and reconstructing and everything that I've already gotten to this point. Especially in the last few months, a lot of things have changed. So I'm changing Eagle Lawn Maintenance and Management to Eagle Lawn and Snow because those are the two services we provide, and it just made more sense to just have them way more clear and out there for everybody to understand what we do. And beforehand, I was doing subcontracted under the management work, and it just made no sense. Like, it added a higher level of project manager needed. Like, I can't scale that side and scale the lawn and snow side because it just almost creates two different businesses. And what happened was I was just spreading myself too thin on like very, very different avenues. And I just needed to find one clear offer that just made more sense. And that just seemed to not fit within the offer that was fully simplified, dumbed down for everybody. And so I've come to the conclusion this is our new offer going forward. And it's taken me way too long to do this, but it's actually making sense now. So we have lawn and snow service, right? So the lawn offer is you have a 6-month agreement, one flat rate payment, and what's included is basically an average of 24 lawn cuts throughout the season, and then you have 2 additional tidies, which means just small cleanups of like leaves, branches, up to like 30 minutes, and we have one in the spring and one in the fall. And I added those in because those are just added value after I realized a lot of customers needed very, very light cleanups, but charging $400, $500 for the cleanups just didn't make sense to them, but it's still something that needed to be done. And I realized we could only do this if we just package it in and include it for everybody. That way we can put it on a route and keep it efficient. If we were just going to do this singularly, just like before, we would have to charge our minimum because we have to still charge the actual trip time and everything that goes into just getting there and back, and it wouldn't make sense. When we have a full route, we can keep everything efficient, keep everybody basically on the same schedule as they would for the lawn maintenance, and it actually adds better quality service for us because we can prep the lawn before we cut it for the season, and then at the end of the season we basically just close it out. We just say, okay, this is our last end of year service. We're basically just going to mulch up the leaves and we're ready to kick off the snow services. And so we have 2 different options there, and what I just described is our standard option, right? So we have our minimum of $1,500 a year. That's for your small lawn. That includes those 2 tidies, all the lawn services for the entire season under that one payment. And then beyond that, we have the premium side, which is like if you need more than just the tidy up service, you need actual full cleanups because you have a lot of leaves, a lot of stuff going on at your property, we can actually just package that into our lawn maintenance offer because most of the time the same size yard is going to be the same or similar level of leaf cleanup service. Now, I've gone back and forth on this because what's almost held me up is we've had lawns that were very small but took an entire days with 2 guys to get all the leaves cleaned up, and it almost doesn't make sense to package it in because of how cheap, or how good of a deal they're getting. But it makes more sense when we do it this way, especially at a bigger scale when we're just selling the offer, because again, we can already bring in extra cash for the business. We can already have it on schedule. That way we're already prepared versus it just being a total different upsell that we just like have to resell every year. It's just like, this is just what's included. We're already prepared. They're prepared that it's going to happen. And I'm okay right now with taking that hit. And then later on, if like it doesn't work, we can just raise the price on the premium service. And so there's two different options. That's it. It keeps it very simple, and we focus on that service and we just repeat it. And it makes it easy for me to now go to hiring techs and be like, this is what we do, and it's as simple as this. So we can just train them, we can onboard them, and we can keep them a very consistent, good schedule to just stay on top of every season and then year round. Because then we go into the snow service side. Again, we have a standard and a premium package. So the standard is just normal plowing. So we just show up, we plow at 3-inch trigger, we go and clear the driveways. And then a lot of times people need sanding because it gets icy, it gets really slick. A lot of driveways are maybe steeper, they just always need sand. So then with the premium package, what they get is sanding after we plow, and then sanding for any needed ice event that we have. Anything beyond that of like extra request calls is just going to be added on top. And if you have a standard service, similar to if you were going to ask for cleanups on a standard lawn service, it's just going to be packaged or it's going to be quoted separately, and priced separately. And so what it does is just enforces people to just pay for the premium that are already going to need these services anyways. So that way it's just a one and done deal. It's going to give them more cost effective reasons to just go forward with it, because otherwise if we quote it separately, it's just going to end up having to cost us more. So we have to charge the customer more. And then on the upsell side, so we have a handful of other services that we could do. So we do mulching, and again, we can do cleanups as an upsell, but then we have like light tree hedge trimming, which we could also almost package in, but it's very, very much more customized because it's not like every customer has this. So if they say, hey, we have these hedges or these trees that need to be trimmed up every year, we can just package that in, but it's very, very select few comparatively to the cleanup side. And then for the snow service side, we have snow shoveling and then roof raking, which those two services again are more selective. Not every customer wants us to clear the walks, clear paths, shovel around vehicles, anything like that, and those can be added on separately. And so how the offer just runs is do you want the standard lawn package or the premium lawn package? Cool. Well, your lawn is this size, so you're going to fall into this, this price for this package. Is there any other services you might need? Do you need mulching, tree trimming, or shrub trimming throughout the year? Yes, no, cool. Well, we can add them on if you do. If not, we can talk about snow. So do you need snow services for the upcoming season to make sure we can get you all handled for that? Yes, okay, cool. So we'll get you on the plowing package. Do you need sand as well? We can upgrade you to premium. Cool, we'll get you on the premium. And then now we have, do you need any snow shoveling on your decks, your walkways, steps, anything like that? Would you like shoveling around your vehicles in front of the garage doors that we might not be able to get? And then we can just add those on as add-ons, not just within the standard or premium package, but they're just add-ons that we can sell after. And then we have roof raking, which usually comes at a time of need, so it's not all the time we sell it right up front. It's like, okay, in the time of need, we can note it in and we can take care of that, because not every season you need the roof clearing. It really depends on how much snow you get, and then what the weather is like, if it melts off or not. And then those can be just very simply done within the same vehicle, within the same equipment and labor we have. Each of those services can be done with one truck and one trailer. That's it. We have a plow truck with a sander that you can have shovels inside of, and you can have a roof rake, and you do all those services in this snow season. And then in lawn season, you have the same truck pulling a trailer with your lawn equipment that can do all those services. We can bring in mulch, or we can have the mulch delivered, wheelbarrow, or use the any attachments with the lawn mowers available. We can use rakes and shovels, and then weed whackers and lawnmower. All that can fit within the one truck and trailer. And so we don't need to get overly complicated. We don't need to get hundreds of thousands of dollars of added equipment that we don't need. It uses the same stuff we already have, packaged into one, makes it super simple for the customer. And so that was just, I spent so much time on that because that's actually the most important part in any business, is just that offer. And again, I just keep coming back to it every year. I'm like, I need to make sure this is better. And I pretty much believe we're there. Like, I think this is the only offer I could just focus on forever. And we could just focus on this to at least $1 million this year and we'll be good. And then beyond that, now that just begs the question, like, okay, we just need enough people to sell this to. And so we just need the leads. And I come down to the number of, like, if we're going to go to 1 million, we need 200 new customers, we need 600-700 new leads, and we just need to go after it and actually sell this simple offer, because we know our service and the level of our business is just going to be better than everybody's, because I truly believe that. Like, the way we're going to do things is just going to be better. So why wouldn't we try to go and sell this service to absolutely everybody we can if we know it's going to be better? And it's not to say it's going to be the service for everybody, but it is one where I think if this certain avatar has these needs and wants things more simplified with what we have, with text reminders, digital billing, and just total package services year round taken care of, they don't have to worry about it, I think it's just a no-brainer. And then when it comes down to the tech side, all we have to do is just train them up on these simple services. It starts out with just mowing a lawn, cleaning it up. It's just raking, blowing leaves, picking up sticks, spreading mulch. It's not that complicated. And then when it comes to snow, you're driving the same truck, you're plowing, you're turning a knob to sand, you're spreading the sand. And it's hard work for sure, but it's not as complicated as I was trying to make it to be. And it's something we can absolutely do. And I don't think I should hold myself to wait anymore to do it. So the plan this year is to ramp up the marketing spend. I might have another guy that's going to sell with me, and we're just going to start off by renewing these services for the lawn maintenance, getting in some cash so we can have money for the business, because right now we're at like zero and we need money to invest into the upgrades of the company and the marketing. And so we're going to offer a 10% discount, I believe. I'm not totally sure. I think we're going to do some sort of incentive structure to bring in the cash right away. And that way we can already be set up and ready once April, May comes, and we can hit the ground running. And now I do believe this will be, this is not going to be easy. And it's going to be one of those where it's going to throw me around, and we're going to hit a lot of constraints. I'm going to want to quit at times, but it's also the only way that I see myself even wanting to stay in business. Because otherwise, it's just like, what am I doing? I felt like I'm just sitting here doing nothing for so long that it doesn't make sense not to build this business to $1 million a year that actually has the resources, actually has the business that I enjoy building and running. And once I have a team, I just, like, there's no point in me doing this alone. There's no point in me just doing this as a tech on my own over and over again every year. And it's about time I just turn up the knob and just keep on going and crank it more and just go all out like I really wanted to. And it's going to take a lot, but I think even just that offer structure made it super clear on who our avatar can be, and we're just going to do our best to just find them and deliver the best possible service we can to them. And we're not going to make everything right. We're not going to be 100% perfect, but we have to put the amount of reps in that gives us the best the best opportunity available to actually hit our goals. And we can't do that if we don't at least just try to go for it. So there's no reason for me not to go to $1 million this year. The only reasons that I saw stopping us was just a recruitment and sales side. That's it. I mean, that's all the business is. It's like just recruitment and sales. And so if we can get the right people in the right seats, the right techs in the right seats, I need to get myself out of the way, stop getting in the way of the business, and then focus on the management aspect of the sales, just building up more customer base for the team, and then building the team to be efficient, making them better, giving them more ways to improve themselves and grow. I just don't see any other way why I would go for less. Like, I was going to be going for $500,000 beforehand. There's just no reason. There's no reason to go for $500,000 when it's not going to create the amount, like, level of business I need. Like, I truly believe that. I think if I went for $500,000, I would just be stuck again by the end of the year, and I'm not solving for the right things. I think the truth is I'm solving for $1 million business, so I need to go for $1 million. And if we don't even hit it this year, that's fine. We're still solving for $1 million. I don't understand why I was thinking so small. Like, why would I try to go for less than what's needed? Why? There's no point. So that's the first plan, and so the next few months it's gonna be a lot of sales, a lot of trial and error, but we have this one clear offer. We just need to sell to everyone everywhere, and I'm excited. I've been going back and forth too. As an entrepreneur, it's been like I've been really uninterested in the business lately, and it's made me question some things a little bit. But I think seeing this now is making me understand that this is what I'm interested in doing. I'm not interested in doing this alone. I'm not interested in having a solo, self-employed, high-paying job. And I know the model. I know the structure. So why not go for it? There's other people that have done it faster than me. And I keep putting myself on the sideline, pushing that goalpost farther away when I just need to grab it and bring it forward and actually be the entrepreneur I want to be and I need to be. And so this year is a little bit personal, but we're going to $1 million. And I'm doing everything I can to make sure we get there. I'll see you guys for the next plan and see how it goes.